AITA for trying to restrict the number of children's baths? Hi all. First time posting. Long time lurker. Samai. 38 meters. Wife. 37F. Insists our children. 5 meters. 3F. Bath at least every other evening before bed. I think it's ridiculous to bath them so often. Growing up we'd never bath that often, and if we did it was normally because of football etc. I've tried to stop bath times being so frequent, but my wife refuses to compromise and keeps doing them, and I don't want to start an argument over it. Talking to my wife isn't getting me anywhere. So I've told her she now has to pay for the additional energy bills over a set figure. Something like 70% of last month's bill I'll keep paying and she pays the rest. I pay the mortgage, childcare and a majority of the household bills. I earn considerably more than my wife who works part-time. Obviously I don't want her to pay for the entire energy bill as I work from home etc., and that wouldn't be fair. Anyway, she's now calling me an asshole and I think it's the perfect compromise. So people of Reddit, what do you think? Edit. I feel like a major piece has been missed. When I say my wife wants to bath them at least every other day, it's because she would bath them every day. I know that won't impact most of the commenters, but worth pointing out. Also, stop making out I don't wash my children and keep them clean. There is a big difference between not having a bath and not having a wash. We're just talking about lack of baths. Final point. Although my wife earns less than me, after all the bills etc. are taken out, we have the same cash left over every month. My point is she's spending more money than is needed on hot water for the baths because I take the hot out of my personal money. Putting the cap in means she'll see how much she is spending. Also, gas in Europe is really expensive. Second edit. Bath means sitting in the bathtub with water. Sometimes bubbles and toys. Dude. YTA. Your 5-year-old likely only recently learned to wipe correctly. Your 3-year-old may still be learning appropriate toilet habits. Plus, they're curious, excited little germ factories at those ages. Into anything they can be and afraid of very little. Barring a skin sensitivity, daily baths with gentle soap is almost necessary for kids that little. At least bathe them every other day. Plus a quick soap water rinse of face and stinky bits, pits, undercarriage, feet, on non-bath evenings. ETA verdict. Whoops. Hard YTA. And it's really not because of how often you want them bathed. It's because you are trying to use money to control your wife. Don't do that, man. YTA. You don't want them to bathe because it costs more money. Get used to it. You made the choice to have kids. Now you will literally be paying for that choice for years to come. YTA. A bath every other day is perfectly normal, and frankly, they shouldn't be going longer than that without being bathed. Your children's hygiene is more important than a few extra bucks per month on your energy bill. Yes. YTA for trying to restrict the number of baths your children take by using financial pressure. Bathing frequency is a matter of personal preference and hygiene, and it is not fair to force your children to go without bathing if your wife thinks it's important. Using money as leverage to get your way is not a healthy way to solve a disagreement with your partner, especially when you earn significantly more than her. Instead of resorting to ultimatums, it's important to have an open and honest conversation with your wife about your concerns and try to reach a compromise that works for both of you and your children. YTA. She's now calling me an asshole, and I think it's the perfect compromise. If it were the perfect compromise, neither party would be calling the other an asshole. YTA. So you are charging your wife to bath your kids? WTF. My wife refuses to compromise. How about you compromise? A nightly bath for kids is normal. Not only is it hygienic, it is bonding time and bedtime routine. I think it's ridiculous to bath them so often. Growing up we'd never bath that often, and if we did it was normally because of football etc. Just because your parents didn't consider your basic hygiene a priority when you were a child doesn't make them right or it normal. YTA. A bath before bed isn't just about the bathing. It's about the bedtime routine. Bonding as a parent. Water play. Relaxation in warm water. Get over it. YTA. As a grown-up I bathe every other day at minimum depending on weather, and I make an effort to stay tidy. 3 days between bathing or showers is grubby. And seriously? Nickel and diming your wife over keeping your children clean and hygienic? When she's apparently doing the lion's share of looking after them. If your kids are that young, why not buy a toddler bath? It's a small tub that requires significantly less water to fill. Afterwards you can use the remaining water to flush the toilets or wash the bathroom. It's a better compromise that still saves you money. Honestly, I think you're probably stressed about something else and have fixated on this particular issue. Think about what the stress is and confront it with your so. YTA. What kind of man is so cheap he charges his wife because she is taking amazing care of his children? You should be grateful your wife cares to make sure your children are clean and taken care of. If I was her, this would be my hill to die on. The minute you handed me a bill would be the day you get served with divorce papers, and I would file full custody because I would only agree to everyone her weekend so you could not neglect my kids. Are you going to start charging her for feeding them more than what you eat as a kid? What's your next ridiculous demand? Info. To clarify, you are fine with them taking a shower every day. Just filling the bathtub uses more water, gas for heat? YTA. 3-year-olds should be at least briefly washed off daily. You're gross for thinking they should only be bathed 12x a week. If that. Do you not shower daily? YTA. Bathing every other day is not excessive. And, at the ages of your children, it may be a soothing part of their bedtime routine. You seem extremely controlling and possibly financially abusive. Your wife is correct in her assessment. Info. Who does the nightly routine and bedtime kids? YTA. Washing your children with a face washer isn't cleaning them. That is what you do when they are covered in food after lunch. It doesn't get the sweat and grime off. For those of you saying showers, Op doesn't want them to have a shower. He wants the wife to just wash them with a flannel. Info. Are we talking about baths as in specifically pools of water in a tub? Or are we talking about baths as a catch-all term for showers and baths? As an elementary school teacher, I just want to say, please bathe your kid at least every other day. We can tell when you don't and it doesn't smell great. The 5 meters old can most definitely have his bath in a small baby tub. If you don't have one, buy one for your wife, who it sounds like is already doing all the work of keeping your kids clean. YTA. If it's that much an issue saving water, gas, get a smaller tub or bucket to wash the kids in. My toddler, 3, has a small bath every night. Around 1,015 centimeters of water in the tub, but it's not about getting her clean. It's part of her bedtime routine. Every 3 or so days we use soap and actually wash her. Sometimes we use a large bucket in the tub. I think it's 20L. And fill the right up and she plays in that.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.